Be inspired. Sean was diagnosed with autism at 18 months. When it was discovered that he was also gluten and casein intolerant, he was placed on a biomedical diet. After trying a number of the mixes available, Grandma Debbie and her sister Kathy knew they could do better. Something just as healthy, but with improved taste and texture. Inspiration mixes are exactly that, and we'd like to share our delicious creations with you. We're sure you'll love them just as much as Sean does. Bon appetit. We baked our pie shell, which I'd like to show you. And we're going to fill it today with fresh strawberries. We're going to make a fresh strawberry pie. The first step in making a fresh strawberry pie is you need 3 cups of whole fresh strawberries. Wash them and make sure that they're dry. Then we need 1 cup of sugar. I like to use organic sugar. Pour it in a saucepan, and a 1/2 cup of cold water. Now we're going to bring that to a boil. As we bring the sugar and water mixture to a boil, you'll want to continue to stir it because you don't want the sugar to burn. So as long as you just keep doing it, I use a wire whisk. Make sure if you use a spatula, it's not one that's going to melt, because I've done that before. So there we are. We're bringing that to a boil. So as this becomes to a boil, the next step is to take 1 cup of water, four tablespoons of cornstarch, make sure you mix that together. And again, I have these little whisks. You can kind of feel the pull of the cornstarch in the bottom. There you go. Bring this back on the stove. As it comes to a boil, you want to pour it in and stir on medium until it becomes clear. This takes about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on your stove. So we'll be back. Okay, as you can see, it's become clear, so you want to pull it off. It's still going to be cooking. Add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. You can use a concentrate, or you can use something, you can use fresh squoze. Mix it in there. A 1/4 tablespoon of salt. See that? That is our glaze. Now, if you want it to be red, instead of using a chemical dye, you can squeeze a couple of the strawberries, and that will give it some juice. You can use raspberry juice, a jelly, a little bit, maybe like a tablespoon, or you can actually buy an organic dye. So the next step, we have our glaze here while it's warm. I'm going to bring over my fresh strawberries, and you want to place them in the pie plate, but you want to do that before you do the glaze, otherwise it'll make the crust soggy. So that's what we're going to do next. I turn them up like this just because it looks pretty. Be sure not to cut them, leave them whole, because if you cut them, when this glaze goes over the top, it will actually create juice and it will not set. All right, there we go. We are ready to glaze. And I know you can't smell it, but it smells so good with the lemon. It's not a strong lemon taste, it's just mainly a preservative. Helps keep the strawberries nice and red. Make sure you cover all of them. Ooh, that looks so good. Get a little bit more in there. And there you have it. Put it in your refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours, and we'll be back to eat some. I left the strawberry pie in the refrigerator for about 3 hours, and it's perfect to eat right now. So as you can see, it cut really nicely. You can see the gel in there. But what I like is whipped cream. Does that look spectacular? Now, the best part of all is we have to take a taste. That wonderful pie crust and the fresh strawberry. And we get a little piece of everything. Wow. I love the crust, so I need to take one more bite because I want to get this nice piece of crust up here. See that? Held together perfectly. See how nice and flaky that is? That's absolutely delicious. Try our pie crust, and we have lots of recipes on our website. Check us out at www.inspirationmixes.com. We have a list of stores, and we also sell on Amazon.com. From our kitchen to yours, bon appetit.